So all these rumors of NBA stars who don't want to come to the Miami Heat because of Pat Riley. All Pat Riley is doing is holding a standard. We had to put up with BBL Lowry, who was out of shape and overweight eating burgers and shakes. He came to this team knowing what it was. That was Jimmy Butler's boy. Even Jimmy Butler said out of his own mouth, the Miami Heat have allowed me to be me. Jimmy Butler was able to do things that LeBron James, D. Wade, and Chris Bosh could never do. So the Miami Heat have changed. Do the Miami Heat front office, do they have bad ways? Absolutely. They have bad roster construction and bad asset management. But I can't blame Pat Riley for holding these stars accountable, especially when you have Zion. He can't put down the gumbo. He can't put down the oxtail pizza. Ja, he can't put down the gun. Anthony Edwards, he got baby mamas and kids he don't want to talk to. The NBA is full of drama and full of drama queens. And at the end of the day, Pat Riley's going to hold you accountable to be in shape and be ready to go on the court. And that's all that matters. It's about winning. There's not one Miami Heat player that has ever had a huge scandal break out. Why? Because of discipline. And the NBA needs discipline. But let's listen to what Mike Miller had to say about Pat Riley and Heat culture.
From that statement of wanting to win 7, or just having Pat Riley around all the time, just like observing everything?
Probably the Godfather.
Yeah. So what's he like to work with? Because he seems like, I mean, a guy that he's got enormous amount of respect from a lot of guys that have played.
The absolute greatest, because you know where he stands at all times. There's no sugarcoating anything.
Yeah.
Like in life, all you want to know is where you stand. And with him, it's easy. He's got principles, and if you don't reach those things, you're out. It doesn't matter who you are. Mm-hmm. So it's why he's able to create a culture that he's been able to create there. And all you want, like I said, is just, okay, where you stand, all right, cool. I know how I got to go do my job. I do my job. You'll appreciate and respect me for it.
Yeah.
And he's the best.
So I'm not going to sit here and say the Miami Heat are perfect. They are far from it, and they've made mistakes. But when Pat Riley's talking about discipline, I can't sit up here and lie and cap for millionaires. I'm sorry, they're going to make every excuse in the book, but they're getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars year in and year out to put a ball in a hoop, and they can't stay focused. They have no grit, no grind. We care about the game more than them. A lot of these NBA players, they don't care about the game of basketball. All they care about is what can basketball do for them. Now, Giannis has a big meeting coming up with the Milwaukee Bucks. Chris Haynes made the report. Let's get into the video.
So the Bucks made contact with Giannis Antetokounmpo earlier this morning, and sources relate to me that a meeting is expected to be scheduled for mid next week. This is where Giannis is going to have the chance to speak with Bucks brass and talk about the direction of the team. And there's a lot going on with the Bucks this offseason. Knowing Giannis personally, one of the toughest competitors we have in this league, guy who has great ambition. He wants multiple championships. That's all he wants to do, is be put in a position where he can play alongside a team that has a chance to fight for a title. This is going to be a very, very crucial meeting next week.
So Giannis, he wants to stay in the Eastern Conference. He doesn't want to pay state tax, and he wants to be in the position to win. The only issue is, think about it, he's not going to the Celtics. I don't really see him going to the Cavs. He's not going to the Knicks. So which teams is he really going to be able to go to that's going to help him win, stay in the East, and also no state tax? And it has to be the Miami Heat. Once again, I don't see a way for him to get to the Miami Heat, only because I don't think the NBA, first of all, will allow it, nor do we have the assets to obtain a guy like Giannis. The NBA is full of politics. Who knows? But as we all see, bro, they're crumbling in front of us. You're telling me that Damian Lillard, with $50 million of dead money on the books, they have no first-round picks, but I think they only have one first-round pick, and their role players are getting older. The team is aged out, maxed out when it comes to cap space and all that stuff. Giannis sees the writing on the wall. He's been saying this for years, that he wants to move on. Let me know what you guys think, because I know a lot of people are already linking him to OKC, the Spurs, the Golden State Warriors, but it's not going to be easy. A lot of people are saying, oh no, he could just say that he wants to go to Miami. We've seen that song and dance, and unfortunately, we've never won that game. Dame, he tried it, and we did not get a superstar. But let's get into these Jrue Holiday rumors, because I think we have Jrue Holiday already on this roster. The Miami Heat, the Sacramento Kings, and the Dallas Mavericks, a sleeper team, may show interest in Celtics guard Jrue Holiday. Jrue Holiday said today he wants to stay with the Boston Celtics. The only thing is they have a huge bill when it comes to that roster and paying everybody upwards of plus, $20 million per, especially with Porzingis, Jrue Holiday, Derek White. Bro, Jaylen Brown's on a $300 million contract. So they're definitely going to have to look at their roster and see, okay, how are they going to be able to afford this over the next few seasons? I'm not interested in Jrue Holiday. We have Davion Mitchell. He is a younger Jrue Holiday. I'll gladly take a younger Jrue Holiday type in Davion Mitchell. He has a dog. He's a dog. He's working on his game, especially on the offensive end. Knockdown three-point shooter. He's working on really finishing around the rim. That is exactly what I want. I know a lot of people want to throw around the rumors of Kevin Durant and Giannis and everything, but we need high-level role players on this team before anything else. We need guys who can score the basketball. We need guys that are going to play good defense. This Miami Heat team can't crack 90 points for 5 seasons in a row. We have no athleticism outside of Bam Adebayo and Khalil Ware. It is not enough. We need high-level role players to maximize our best players. Yes, we want to get rid of Wiggins and Terry and Jaime. I would love to have Giannis. I would love to have Kevin Durant. But you still need high-level role players around your best players to win a championship, point blank, period. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. There's a report that lots of people think the Miami Heat's number 20th pick could end up in Kevin Durant's trade. At the end of the day, guys, like I said, I like Kevin Durant. Are we going to be able to win a championship with Kevin Durant, Tyler Hero, and Bam Adebayo? The East is going to be wide open. Tatum's injury, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they're soft. The Philadelphia 76ers, they're fraudulent. The New York Knicks, let's see what they can do. I honestly think they can make it to the NBA Finals, but you can't sleep on the Pacers. You can't sleep on Detroit. So, yes, the East is wide open in terms of the main teams that usually dominate. They're in shambles, or they're hurt, or God knows what's going on with their roster construction. But at the end of the day, can we win a championship, or can we compete with Kevin Durant being our best player, Bam Adebayo, and Tyler Hero as our leaders going forward with the Miami Heat? I don't think it's a bad team, but what does the roster construction look like? How are we going to help Bam, Tyler, and Kevin Durant? How are we going to maximize those guys with high-level role players? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hit that subscribe button, and thank you for all the support.